Good morning. Today what we're making is this cute, darling little Easter basket. But first of all, what I want to say, I am so sad to hear about the passing of Donna Jordan, of Jordan Fabrics in Oregon. How I met her was probably one of my first shows I ever did, and she was so kind. Donna and Matt were just adorable. And I heard of her passing, and it just made me so sad. I couldn't concentrate at all yesterday. So I'm going to do this in two parts. So this is just really cute. Lindsay put the recipe or pattern, whatever you want to call it. I call everything a recipe because I have cooked so much in my life, on the feed so you can look at it. But I did two different looks. I'm going to do, of course, Lindsay hates gnomes. So I'm going to make one in gnomes. And then I'm going to, of course, do my bunnies. And I thought I'd do a little more blingy with the bunnies. So what you're going to need is, I do a 90-14 needle cotton thread, of course. And I was going to do the, like, fluffy, like, batting stuff. And I thought, no, I did Deco Bond. So you need two main fabrics, 9x13. Two lining fabrics. Obviously you can make this bigger, but I don't want to make it bigger. 9x13. One main strap, and this is bless you. And then I did two coordinating fabrics, and I did my prairie point, and I did my Q15, and of course you need your 28mm rotary cutter. So I did 3 1/4, 3 1/4, and then I sewed them in half. And then I need the strap. You can do 6x11. I did 6x13. I just wanted a bigger strap. And of course you need a Deco Bond 6x13. And then 4 Deco Bond for the main fabric and lining 9x13. And I boxed the corners 3 inches. And I used 1/2 inch seams. Okay, first what you're going to do is do your prairie points. So I did 3 1/4, 3 1/4. And then you take your prairie point ruler, your Q15, you place it on top, right sides down, use your 28mm rotary cutter by Clover, here it is, I knew it was here somewhere, and you cut all the slots all the way down. And then what you always want to do, I always use spray starch, you always want your folds going the same direction. I don't care if you go left to right or right to left, but you always want them going the same direction, or my grandmother will slap you. Honey, she could slap better than anybody I've ever met in my life, but she was amazingly talented. Like I always say, she couldn't see mouse poop, but she could see if your prairie points weren't going the same direction. And then I always take a little glue. And there's 3 different ways to do prairie points. I do have it on my a YouTube channel. I have it on my website. I have it all over. So there's 3 ways to do it. And then make sure that you comment. And what are we giving away today, Linz?
Pattern.
A pattern. And these are always perfect every time. Now all you have to do is fold it over. And then I just clip it with my hair clippies. Or you can use a pin or whatever your heart does desire. And then all I do is sew it with an 1/8 inch seam all the way across so it holds it down. Okay, so you get that done. Then you take your 9x13. Make sure there's not any little thingies on it. And here's my Deco Bond. And I'm going to put it on top. but this is really cute. Look at the inside. I love the inside. I love houndstooth anyways. I always have. I love houndstooth jackets. I love anything that's houndstooth. I was so excited. I had to go to the doctor the other day. And on the way home, there's this place called the Bosch Center. And I used to make homemade tortillas. And Lindsay, many, many moons ago, I have this tortilla, electric one. I bought it 90s, long, long, long time ago. And Lindsay borrowed it a long time ago. And I didn't make tortillas, but when the kids were little, I made them all the time. And this thing always goes when you put it down. And so I went to the Bosch Center, and they have new ones that are heat controlled. The old one, obviously,
when you plug it in, it sparks.
It sparks now. Lindsay said it sparks. And they had it on sale. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to start making tortillas again. So, because they have cottage cheese tortillas now, I have made cottage cheese bagels. They are so fabulous. I mean, they are so good. So anyways, I bought it, and I asked her before I came home. I said, does this thing go too? And she said, oh, of course. So when I came home, I was all excited that it still did that hissing sound. Oh my gosh, it's funny. I was all excited that I got a new tortilla press. I don't know. Small things give you a hot thrill, you know? Then you fold it in half. And you fold it on itself in half to the center. And you fold it to the center. And you fold it in half again. I think these gnomes are so darn cute. And I decided to use orange and green instead of the normal pink and purple and all that stuff. Just for something different, you know? Now I'm going to put on my favorite foot that I always use. This is like my fave. Okie dokie. Here it is. Changed my stitch length to a 3.5, and I moved it to the left to a 3. I'll move this over here. So that's out of the way. And then I'm just going to sew all around the whole thing. There we go. Cut off the threads. Change my foot back to my regular foot. Put on my 1/2 inch. And of course you want to put your Deco Bond on all your stuff. Okay? Your lining, all your outside fabric, your main fabric. Okay, so you want to put right sides together. Also, when you're cutting it, make sure you're aware if it is directional, what you're doing. You want to cut the 9 by 13. So, just an FYI. So, I'm going to do a 1/2 inch. I might be able to do this whole thing, Linz? And then I'm going to cut threads, and then I'm going to open up the seam before I get to the other one. If I had nails, I'd tell you to finger press it, but I don't have any nails. Then you do the other side a half an inch. Going to press it open so there's not all that bulk. I just think this is really, really cute. Then you got to sew the bottom, half-inch seam also. And then I box the corners 3 inches. And this, I'm just going to go like this. Cut off the corners first. So it's open. Actually, Donna and Matt Jordan are probably the reason I bought the Sprinter, because they had bought one. They said, this is the coolest thing. Okay, then I make sure that this matches the seams do. 'Cause I don't want to open it up and it's not matching. A little OCD problem here, you know. This one you won't be able to tell anyways because it's so busy. But then I'm going to go 3 inches down. And one thing I love about the Omnigrid here is you can go 3 inches because it's got the little 45. Just go across. The other side. Lindsay is painting her bathroom. It's really pretty, actually. I'm going to paint my laundry room. Really pretty green. Lynn's found it. It's heirloom. It's just really pretty. I'm gonna sew it across, back it up. Away. Or you can use your rotary cutter, whatever works for you. Seams again. So I'm just going to finger press, I think. And I'm just going to leave right sides on the inside because I'll have to use it for that. What you want to do, I'm going to start at the seam. I'm just going to put my prairie point all the way around. Open up the seam so it's that's my fault anyways. And then all I have to do is undo my stitching. I always think, how many prairie points have I made in my life? You know what I mean? I think about that once in a while. Cut it off. And then all I have to do is feed it underneath here. And actually it worked out pretty well as far as ending in the right spot on this. think I can finish this then. I know you gotta go home. She's got a swimmer. He made it to senior state in swimming, and he's only a sophomore, so that's really amazing. I wanted to say it properly. So that's a really big honor. He worked his butt off. Perfecti. Now what we need to do is put the handle on. So you need to find the half on each side. Mark it. And then you just put, see what side there. side seams. Make sure you mark where you have an opening so you can turn it. I think the hardest part was turning it, this whole bag. I'm gonna get it done, Lindsay Lou. You okay on time?
That'll be fine.
And so I remember there's an opening. I have to mark it because otherwise I will sew and go. You know how you just go, go, go? I don't think I do anyways. I don't know about you guys, but I do. Match the other side. Thing about Decobond, it's a little hard to work with once in a while, but I really like the stableness of it. If you don't want it so thick, of course you can use anything that you like to use. Not such a heavy interfacing. I just happen to like it really sturdy, so it kind of stands on its own. Of course you can use anything your heart desires. I just like it to be nice and sturdy. Okey-doke. And then I'm going to sew it about a quarter. Where's it, back it up? Walking foot at this point would be really good. I skipped a stitch. I'm gonna redo it. That's right over the handle. Did when we didn't have all these awesome sewing machines. This was the hardest part of the whole hangman. My dogs come running to me going, "What is Mom doing?" Except my deaf and blind one didn't pay any attention. Oh, it was kind of funny. It's hard when your dogs get old. It really is. Coming then, slow but sure. Aha, got it. Iron it so it looks better. And I can just sew it all the way around. One more time. Show the basket. What'd you say, honey? I can't understand what you said. Okay, all you have to do is sew around the edge, and voila, you are finished. Thank you for watching. And the winner today, please send your email address to quickpoints@gmail. And Carol Nelson, you want a free pattern. Thank you for watching. God bless. See you next week. Share and subscribe.